Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64 was developed by HAL Laboratory during 1998. Masahiro Sakurai was interested in making a fighting game for 4 players, however he was rather familiar with how fighting games didn't necessarily sell all too well. So what was his way of overcoming this? Well, he used Nintendo characters, obviously. Even though it had such an early time in development, he hadn't yet asked for permission, but the idea was later accepted by Nintendo. The game received overall positive reception, and the game managed to sell almost 5 million copies worldwide. These units led to the creation of my personal favourite Smash game, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Super Smash Bros. Melee was also developed by HAL, alongside of Masahiro Sakurai. The game was one of the first releases on the Gamecube, and it really highlighted the graphics and advancements in tech from the N64 era. The initial design from the game was completed well before its actual release, going all the way back to July 5th, 1999. Sakurai wanted to make an opening full-motion video to pay homage to the Gamecube, and boy did this opening sequence look fantastic. First impressions are something that really stick with you, and this is something Sakurai clearly knew, as Melee is home to one of the most brilliant and most memorable openings of all time. Super Smash Bros. Melee was in development for 13 months. It begun around autumn 2000, and during this time Masahiro Sakurai explained how his lifestyle at this point was destructive, with him having hardly any resting days or holidays. However, upon how harshly this experience was for Sakurai, he later said in an interview that Melee was the sharpest game in the series and that it just felt really good to play. Super Smash Bros. Melee was published to the world by November 21st, 2001. And it went on to sell 7.4 million copies, further beating its predecessor, and was also claimed to be the best-selling game on the Gamecube. Within second place was Mario Kart Double Dash with 7 million copies. I should probably review that game as well. Smash 64 had 12 playable characters and also featured single-player mode being named Classic Mode in later games. This is where Player 1 goes up in a series of battles against computer-controlled opponents in a specific order. You have a certain amount of lives and the player selects the difficulty. The problem with this, however, is the order and characters. They never really change in any of the sequences, making it lose its distinctiveness, and it tends to get boring quite quickly. Super Smash Bros. Melee expands upon this massively. The new character selection includes 25, technically 26 characters now, keeping the original 12 with 14 new characters, which is a vast improvement over the 12 playable characters in Smash 64. It also hits it out of the park in comparison to stages. In Smash 64 there are only 9 stages in total. Each obviously derives from each character's universes, whilst in Melee there are 29 stages, which is a huge upgrade. The characters in Melee are Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Peach, Bowser, and Dr. Mario from the Mario universe, Link, Zelda, who can also turn into Sheik, Ganondorf and Young Link from the Zelda universe, Fox and Falco from the Star Fox universe, Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Mewtwo, and Pichu from the Pokemon universe, Martha and Roy from the Fire Emblem franchise, Samus, Captain Falcon, Ness, Kirby, Ice Climbers, and Game & Watch all coming from their own franchise. And out of all of these characters, 11 are unlockable, and they all have their own special way of unlocking. A few examples being Dr. Mario, complete classic mode with Mario without continuing. For Falco, complete 100-man melee, that can go and fuck itself. And Mewtwo, play versus for 20 hours, which, in all honesty, it's probably best to just leave the Wii or Gamecube on for this. Super Smash Bros. Melee has numerous special game modes you can play. This includes Break the Targets, where each character has a well-designed stage built around their mechanics and ability, in which all targets need to be smashed in order to succeed. This is really fun and the music here is remarkable, but surprisingly this wasn't adapted the same way into Brawl, and it wasn't even in any Smash game afterwards, which is kind of disappointing actually. As well as Break the Targets, there are event matches, home run contests, and multi-man melee, which I hate, so I think I'll ignore that one. Event matches include of challenges with a certain goal required to meet in order to beat. There are approximately 51 event matches, and 2 of them lead to both the unlockable characters Ganondorf and Pichu. They're something to do instead of the main single-player campaigns, and they tend to be quite challenging yet fun. Home Run Contest is a contest in which you bully the out of a sandbag and try to hit it as far as you can. Really not that much else to say about that. And alongside Classic Mode there's also Adventure Mode, which has you venture through the universes of each character with different missions to do. The concept of this is incredible, but its execution could have really been done better. It's enjoyable, but some of the missions are just multiple characters attacking you, or just an unnecessary fight like the Big Kirby, who didn't really need to be in here. However, the underground maze or the Metroid escape sequence are by far the most stand out here. The underground maze has you looking for the Triforce. If you encounter a podium with a Master Sword, you must fight Link. You navigate through a temple, passing and attacking enemies from the Zelda universe, and in the escape segment, it just makes so much sense. The final game mode present is All-Star Mode. This is unlocked once all characters are unlocked, and this is just a brawl out against all the other characters in the game, but you have 1 life, and you have free health replenishes through it. The premise in Melee is to hit the opponent out of bounds, by hitting them off any part of the screen. The top of the screen shows them flying out of the stratosphere, whilst falling off the stage is just a simple KO. Out of all Smash games, this one is easily the most crisp for gameplay. The controls are far more technical and faster than the N64 and even every other Smash game to date. It's by far the best for competitive play, and whilst I am by far a very casual player, you can't help but respect how impressive and satisfying this looks.
Oh, nice empty jump into a grab. Still made it back on. It's still anybody's game! Oh, it's so close, Wobble, so close. Oh! Not again! Hungry Box will not die. Basically it. Oh, he got it! He got it! Wow!
The music in this game features both new and rearranged music from previous Nintendo games. The music here is honestly really great. The remixes are fantastic and made far more modernized in comparison to previous game soundtracks. And the orchestra really does the music wonders here. The graphics here are mind-blowing. It released 2 years after Smash 64 and the huge difference in visual style is mind-boggling. The models look incredibly smooth and the effects of items in contact with other characters is great. Alongside the graphics and audio there is also Collectibles. There are 293 trophies to collect and they are actually really cool. The way you can collect these is by doing a certain challenge, finding them throughout the game, through a gambling machine, or during the Snag the Trophies minigame. You can find the Snag the Trophies minigame inside of Classic Mode. I always really enjoyed the Snag the Trophies section, and was quite upset to see it never made a return in any other Smash game. There's also a really relaxing gallery to just chill in and look at all these cool trophies. However, the trophies aren't something you can just load onto Melee, say, ooh, I want to unlock some trophies, and boom, there you go, trophies. No. They take so much time to unlock, and some of the ways of unlocking these is actually quite obscene. A quick negative that I just want to throw out there before my final rating is there are clones amongst the characters. Looking this up, you can see what category of clone they fit under, but I mean, I'm only going to mention the ones I feel are as close to as a clone as you can get. It mentions Luigi being a clone of Mario, but I don't really think so. He has a few of his own standout moves which make him stand out as his own character, but Dr. Mario, however, everything is the same except for the cosmetics and the taunt. The same can also be said for Ganondorf, who is a clone of Captain Falcon, and Roy, who is a clone of Marth. But, finally, my final rating for Super Smash Bros. Melee is a 9.2 out of 10. There's also some pretty cool ROM hacks.